Alright, so we gotta work on the crankcase cover. I gotta take this off. And then taking this off, I've already taken the bolt out of here for all of this. I gotta undo these two here. And then we can actually get cranking. Obviously, since I have to take the kickstand up, I have to, can't have the bike down, so I kind of jury-rigged it with a ratchet strap, and I'll put another one on if I need to, but I think I'm feeling lucky today, so hopefully this girl can go without another strap. Alright, I'm going to put the camera down so I can get a better angle of this. Alright, so now that I actually got the camera in a better position, I'll actually get started on this. I just need to find a universal socket because it's the one that's going to take those big bolts. There we go. See, I got one of these universal socket thingies. Comes in handy because I'm always losing tools. Put it down here like this. That should be the correct direction. Just don't want to strip them. Probably going to need to find an actual 10mm for this, or at least the metric equivalent. I mean the standard equivalent. Can't speak today. Dang it, girl. Come on. Well, I don't think my universal socket's going to save the day today. Which means I'm going to have to find... It's probably in there. It's probably in the toolbox, which is underneath the camera. So, I'm going to have to find that real quick. Alright, so it turns out I'm being a dum-dum today. It's actually a 12mm, as I found a monkey wrench and put it on there and it's like, oh, does it work? And it worked. So, there we go. This one's a 12, and I don't even need a ratchet for it, because I'm a lucky girl today. So, my buddy's gonna come out and help me with the part for two hands, but I figure I'd get all the bolts out, the whole 9 on this, right? Before he shows up. So that way, we don't waste too much of his time. Yeah. Even with oil, it's even coated in oil, it's still pretty tight down. Which means either A, they haven't ever worked on this, or B, they torqued it down real good the last time they did. I don't know though. Oh. Oops, as I go kicking the camera. That's gonna be typical on here. If I knock the camera down, it's because I'm usually doing something. So, all right, back to wrenching. Now, probably when I'm done with this, I'm just gonna go an oil change on it too. Clean out the spit tube, because that's what happened. So if you don't clean the puke tube out, this is what you get to do with your weekend. Well, days off. It's technically the middle of the week, but my work schedule is just so weird that I don't really have a choice in when I can do this. We would have done it yesterday, but the parts won't get here until later today, so that's really what my friend is going to be helping me do too, is run to back to the place to grab my tools, well, my parts. It needs 2 gaskets and then the actual oil seal. Now the gaskets aren't the problem. It's just when you break the gaskets, it's just a good idea to always put the part, always replace your gaskets. It's kind of like the old mechanics mantra of, well, I'm down here anyway, I might as well. And that's how I feel too. If I had the money, if I had the money and the time at the same time, so to speak, I'd literally just go up in here, replace it all. The new carburetor is pretty cheap. This whole motor, if I wanted to, I could probably take the motor out, put a whole new motor in for not that much. But unlike my old bike, the 85, we couldn't get parts for that even if you tried. This 2007 is, it's kind of like my Crown Vic. I got videos to that, although not that anybody cares, but the Crown Vic got totaled, hit and run. Somebody T-boned me and then took off. Now, the car was totaled, and I got a free ride home in the ambulance, so, I wasn't really out that much. I like that car, but let's be honest, it's a Crown Vic, it's a good car, but I didn't feel like working on it much longer. I mean, there was just so much. I needed the cooling fan replaced. I had just done that, manifold thing. So it was kind of like, well, got everything I wanted out of that car, and that was kind of it. This comes off. That, I knocked the camera over. I know, I'll pick that up in a minute. But yeah, so that's the pedal. Now, apparently the kickstand is still on there, which is odd. I wonder if I'll actually have to take that off then. Probably not then, huh? Looks like I can get to the bolt here. here, 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 here. I think there's one over here somewhere. I don't know. I think there's one over here. I don't know. No, is there another one down here? Yeah, there is one down here. That one. So actually, I don't think I would need to take the kickstand off. So, lucky me. And if I do gotta take the kickstand off, it's not that big of a deal. I just, come on, camera. Yeah, well, another day in the life of Creaky. Just a girl working on her motorcycle. These, I think, are like 8. I think those are 8. That's why the 10 is too big. 9 is too big. Yeah, that's going to be an 8. Well, shucks. 9/32. What's bigger than 9? 5/16. Do I have a 5/16? Probably not. Why? Because, well, okay. Yeah, I get a 5/6. What do I do on a 5/16? And a deep socket. Oh, look at that. I'm a lucky girl today. Need to find the small ratchet, baby one, which I had here somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. There's my little baby one. Little baby ratchet. Well, that was a little too easy, I think. Cover off. Now they say to do this part in a crisscross pattern, kind of like changing a tire. So there we go. Camera's out of the way. As I go bumping it right in the way here. This one really sucks because it's like right here. Hands are getting covered in oil. Got the bottom one all the way out. This one good to go too. Alright, so gotta remember that the shorty bolt goes on the back and the big one go up on the front. So I'll get the next one. That cover's like, yeah, just come right off. I mean, I gotta give it a little bit of a thing, but I think it feels like somebody's been in here recently. Maybe good, maybe bad. It might be good because it means getting the flywheel off might actually be... Oh, clip. Don't want to lose that. Yeah, what's it stuck on? Guess it was just stuck on that stuff. Oh yeah. Well, that's that's gonna be a fun one. Alright, so the short bolt's going here. My favorite thing to do to make sure I never lose track of where bolts go is just to put them back right where on the piece, right? That way I know what piece goes where, what piece does what. Like for this one here, I'm just gonna pull that one out. Knees probably away. I'm doing a motorcycle video, not an OnlyFans or whatever. I'm not the greatest looking girl in the world, so let's leave that for a lucky person who takes my hand. Just gonna leave them out. Just gonna leave them out because I don't really see a need for taking them all the way out. The only reason I took the back cover out is because this one doesn't move. This one is not. Huh. This is the feisty one. There we go. Crack that one loose. That one was little guy didn't want to play today. But well, just had to persuade it. Oh, that one's short. Looks like that one goes right into the straight into the gasket. I think that's why some of these are so hard. Is they're in the gasket. Ooh. Oil is definitely not supposed to be coming out of there. Well, there's gonna be a lot of editing in this one. Yep. Gonna be a lot of editing in my future. There we go. Yeah. Not supposed to look like that at all, and don't want it to be hanging by the wires here. So I'm gonna have to find. Well, first I have to clean this off, but I have to find something to rest this on. Fortunately, the toolbox might be the one that gets loaded on. Don't think I don't have anything readily accessible. It's the right height, so Toolbox. All right. So this is the part. It's going to be the most complex of the whole operation. So, why do I ask this, Griggs? This is my flywheel. So this part, so the oil seal that I'm getting to is behind this. So, chain, how do I get the chain off? I guess I just do it like that. So the chain I just slid this part off because it's not being held on. I think the case holds this one on. Case holds this part on. The chain just apparently comes off like that. So yep, that's most. So this here, this part, it's the flywheel. It's still pretty hot, so I'm gonna let that cool down. I'm going to wipe this all off, clean it all up. This bolt is going to be the one that's a pain because that's where these come in. Strap wrenches, rubber band wrenches. I've always just called them oil pullers because I use them on my truck for pulling the oil filter out. Filter wrench, whatever. Yeah, I have metal ones, but I didn't want to use the one for my truck on here, just because number one, I don't know if it would fit, and number two, so that's my truck. Yep, that's the truck. Just chilling out. And it's one of the nice things about utility trucks is you can always utilize them in awkward MacGyver ways, so that's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to use this on this. Now I'm probably going to take me twice to get this right because you have to stop it. I don't want it to spin, right? Because getting this bolt out is going to be a pain, right? Because this spins. So that, and look, the bolt spins, right? So if the bolt's spinning, ow, that's hot. So this spins, the bolt spins, and I need something to counterbalance it. And what do I have to counterbalance? Well, this. There. All right, next step. Let's take this, put it around. I think I want the handle to go this way. So my buddy told me at work the other day, I want to put it like this. I think. I don't know. Oop. Let's get it around. I think I'm supposed to pull it tight, and then I think it's just gonna rest right there. So let's see. I think that's gonna work. Good to go. I wonder if my torque wrench will fit. Guess we'll try the torque wrench. Oh, that's the flywheel bolt. I feel like this is one of those parts that I was told was gonna require 2 people. The next part though may actually, because so buddy told me works on lawnmowers and small engines and shit like this, right? So he told me, he's like, girl, here's what you gotta do. You got 2 options. You can use the bolt thing or use the other one, which I didn't trust the other one. And he's like, that's fine, but that's what this is. So this is actually a, looks like a bolt. Kind of is, but ugh. I don't want to go in. You gotta be kidding me. Unless it's all the way in. I'm just being a dunce cap today. So, right, this is a 16 millimeter. That is a 16 millimeter. 16 mil goes here. Now this is the thing, is it works the opposite way, right? So when you tighten it, you're tightening it. Which means you probably need to flip this bad boy around. Because if I'm tightening it, I don't want this to move, do I? Should do the trick. Nope. I think this is where the 2 people comes in. Because I don't think, unless I use my leg or something, I don't know. Well, I am definitely one happy girl right now, because this part I was told is going to be the pain in the ass part. But it actually came off by me using my foot and, you know, using my foot and the torque wrench, so, and a rubber mallet, so that's good. Alright, so next step, let's take this off. This gear, because right back in there, you can't, I don't know, you're not really going to be able to see it though. It's kind of sticking out right there. Or not, that just comes out. Yeah. So this seal, not supposed to be there. That is actually supposed to be all the way in there. So this seal, just as everybody told me, popped out, because that seal, it's not, wow, actually looks fairly new. That's not what I was expecting. Maybe even. So this seats in here. So you're supposed to push this all the way in the back. But so I have new parts for it, but they don't get here until later today. So honestly, I could probably shove this back in there and be good to go. But I'm not going to do that since I know we have parts coming today. So what I'm going to do is clean all these parts off. Well, you know, that gasket's fairly intact. I might... You know, I'm not one to reuse gaskets. Like the one on the front here, yeah, this one I'm gonna have to completely get rid of because it's separated, but I have the part for that. What's that? Oh boy. Oh, that's... So this... Hang on. Figure it out. This goes on like that. If I'm correct, this piece goes in here. Because, yeah, that's supposed to go in here, like that, right? It should fit. I think that, yeah, that goes in there like that. I think that's supposed to keep it. Yeah, because that goes there, that goes in there. Okay, so these are like plugs, I guess, then. So, well, hard part's over. Now what I'm going to do is clean all the parts off, saying, you know, use the gas scraper, scrape it all off, come back with the new gaskets, put them all back on, call it a day. You know what? Proud of myself, got it off by myself.